All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Michael here with Fortune Motorsports, and I can't help but smile and laugh going back and replaying what happened last night. The fight after the race, that more like a skirmish to me. Man, see, this is why I wish NASCAR would just let the drivers have at it for a good 45 seconds. Ain't nobody that do not train MMA fighters. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. ain't gonna choke out Kyle Busch on national television. It's not gonna happen, okay? Can we get rid of all the pit crew guys and their mama and daddy? I don't think Ricky Stenhouse daddy ever gonna be down in pit lane again. Whoo, Kyle Busch, whop! Oh man. See, that's what happens when unnecessary people get involved things. Kyle Busch done gave Ricky Stenhouse Sr. two good ones upside the head. Oh, Lord. I want to know who that big fucker was that was trucking over people on Kyle Busch's pit crew. It had to have been a tire carrier. Get off this truck. Man, he was ready to defend that truck, die trying. Man, like Thor out there. He about to start ripping people in half. I guess he thought they was going to hijack the truck or tip it over. All this went down in front of the three hauler, by the way, man. I'm just thinking, what's Dale thinking looking at all this mess? Oh, but there was an All-Star race last night, by the way, if you guys didn't see that. And Joey Logano won as predicted. I got this one right. Actually, I'm 2 for 2. I've got the last two right, and both times Fords went back to victory lane. And if you're a Ford fan, this is awesome for you. This is awesome if Joey Logano is your favorite driver. He's $1 million richer. And got all the glory last night. Probably going to be overshadowed by this big old skirmish. Looked like a drunken mosh pit is what it looked like. None of these guys are trained fighters. I really hope one of these days we get a NASCAR fighter not a NASCAR fighter, NASCAR driver, but low-key has like an MMA background experience and we just don't know about it. And then the wrong guy tries him. Maybe Ricky Stenhouse is the guy. And he just puts him in an armbar and knocks him out on national television. That's not what this was. I wouldn't use the term fight, but Ricky Stenhouse did get a good shot in, though. They took some good pictures. I did not see the fight after the race, actually. Been having internet issues recently, working on that, getting the cable people out here to help me out with that. Well, I did wake up to that picture of Kyle Busch getting punched in the nose this morning, and I was like, wow. So I'm going to have to stay tuned to the conclusion of every race going forward till they fade to black and the next show comes on. That way I don't miss anything else. I will say, though, 2024 has been giving us some moments, especially in the Cup Series. I've been loving it as a fan. Drop a comment. Let me know what your favorite moment of the season's been thus far. I'm pretty sure this one's going to be high up there. But just to recap, quick recap of the All-Star race. Again, Joey Logano, who started on a rained-out pole. Logano gets his first win of the year. Technically, it's a win. It is a win. It's not a points-paying win. It has no implications on the playoff, outside of probably a morale boost for driver and team. And it looks like Ford may have stumbled on something. They've been picking up speed. I'm telling you, RFK's dangerous. Brad Keselowski just got his first win out in 110 races. Chris Buescher is knocking on the door of a couple more victories. It's been very close. That whole organization's turned around. Now it looks like Penske following suit, turning their organization around. Good to see that. We're headed to the Coke 600 last year. Who won it? Why, none other than the defending Cup Series champion, Ryan Blaney. Maybe next week can be where Blaney turns his luck around, qualifies for the playoff, gets his first win of the year. Other than that, though, we did have a truck race. It was supposed to be Friday. It was rained. It's supposed to be Saturday night. It got rained out. There was a massive rainstorm that hit. I'm sure you saw all the videos of the tires floating in the infield on social media. We had the truck race. I missed that again, dealing with internet issues. Corey Heimdall getting his third win of the season in dominant fashion again in the Truck Series. Looks to be the one, I would say, that would be truck champion into the season at Phoenix if all things go his way. Other than that, we had the Open Sunday after the truck race, and Ty Gibbs led all the laps, dominated the Open, qualified. Bubba Wallace finished in second, qualifying him for the All-Star race. And last but not least, surprising to me, but didn't hate it, but just surprised, Noah Gragson won the fan vote. I really thought Justin Haley or Carson Hocevar was going to win with all the stuff on social media they were doing and putting out little trailers and commercials. I thought was very creative. I thought one of them two were going to win the fan vote. No, but it was Noah Gragson, who didn't have a too terrible showing in the All-Star race. But yeah, all in all, though, again, Joey Logano leading all but one lap of the All-Star race. So that's very impressive. Other than that, the only other news would be the tire that they brought. They brought a tire with a different compound. Didn't really have an effect on the race, at least from what I was seeing. It didn't really look like it changed anything to me. I saw several others say that as well. Agree or disagree, let me know down in the comments. We also had Indianapolis 500 qualifying. Scott McLaughlin got the pole for that. Penske has swept the front row. That's the second time in their history. First time since the late 80s where the organization did that. And none other than Kyle Larson is going to start in the top 5, qualifying 5th in his first Indianapolis 500. That's extremely impressive. A lot of people right now talking about why Kyle Larson truly is a generational talent. With that being said, though, ladies and gentlemen, this weekend, it's Memorial Day weekend, one of my favorite weekends of the year, especially when it pertains to motorsports. We have the Indianapolis 500 coming up, as well as the Coca-Cola 600. Kyle Larson is attempting the double. Only one man in history has completed the double, all 1,100 miles. That's none other than Tony Stewart, who Kyle Larson gets compared to a ton. It's one of those drivers that can hop behind the wheel of anything and find their way in the victory lane. The last driver to attempt the double was 10 years ago. Kurt Busch, I believe Kurt finished 6th, won the Indianapolis 500 Rookie of the Year award, was having a solid showing in the 600, but I think parts failure or either got caught up in a race or a wreck in the race, wasn't able to finish the 600, but looked very strong last go around. And I think if anybody could go the 1,100 miles right now going in NASCAR, it's Kyle Larson. So we'll be covering it here on the channel. I appreciate your time, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great rest of your Monday. I will see you this week. We'll be previewing the 600 and the Indy 500. Thank you, guys.